Hi guys, Bradie here from Sparrow Quilt Company, and again we are at the Houston Quilt Festival, and I am here with my wonderful friend Steve Tippett, and he is going to show us all about the Ideal Seam Guide system. All right, take it away, Steve.
Thanks, Bradie. What we've got here is the Ideal Seam Guides invented by my wife, Luann, who is the smartest girl on the planet. What she did is she's got a piece of substrate here that is high-density polyethylene, and on the back is a very thin strip of rubber. I'm taking the acetate off right now, attempting to anyway, and taking that off. The result is a tacky back that actually holds its position. So it's unique in that this rubber is actually washable. You can use it over and over again, upwards to 1,000 times or more if you just wash it with warm water and soap. Don't mind my cut. Anyway, I was the first tragedy of festival this year. She also designed this tool called the Ideal Seam Gauge. It's got 10 holes drilled for number 12 needle, starting with 1/8 of an inch, gradually going up to 1.5 inches. It also includes a scant 1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch, along with 3/8, half, 5/8, all the way up to 1.5 inches. Amazing tool that you can get, and I'm going to show you how I install that first before we go to our Ideal Seam Guides. So here we go. I'm going to drop my needle in the hole of the seam allowance I'm going for, which I'm going to go for the 1/4 inch here. Drop my needle there, turn it this way, and now I'm going to install straightly my Ideal Seam Guide. Press it down, raise the needle, and that's 15 inches of a 1/4 inch. One that is going to give you confidence and allow you to actually sew straight seams effortlessly. When we first brought these to the market in 2012, they're amazing, Bradie. We actually took these and a lady taught us how to use them. And so one of the best things about having a great tool, people teach you how to use it. And that's fun, it really is. And right out of the gate, one of our very first customers took this and said she was doing 1-inch strips, salvage to salvage, 44, 42 inches depending on the fabric, and she was putting them together in 1-inch strips. Impossible to do straight, she said, with her little flange on the end of her foot. So what she did is she said, this is inspirational, I'll be able to do this. But I want to take it one more step. I'm going to take one more and put it right here so I can't help but do straight seams effortlessly. And that's what it does. You're able to do these effortlessly straight. We call that our practical perfect piecing package. It includes this, 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 and our Sure Center ruler, which I've put down here. There's a star here that I've lined up previously with my needle. You can see it right here. I've got this on the 1/4 inch here, and I've got my 1/4 inch set with this right here, with my seam gauge right here. That means this is straight and true. And that's what you're looking for, a very nice straight Ideal Seam Guide and a straight stitch. That's what they're made to do. Now while we're here, I'm gonna show you this notch. This notch is really important. It was actually brought to us and inspired by one of our customers who decided she loved the length of this tool, but she needed it to work around her FAP automatic walking foot. It was there, and she said, I love it, but it won't get me to my 1/4 inch. So, our son Tate invented the notch. He's a smart guy, graduating from medical school this next spring. He'll be a doctor, and he goes like this, oh, I'll just put a notch in, it works around a walking foot. It also works around 9mm feed dogs, which extend past the 1/4 inch. So if your feed dogs are out here, this works around those also. And that's a lovely thing to do. Now watch. It's actually beveled on this side so you can pick it up. So you can see the bevel. It goes nicely against my white beard. So watch this. That's what they're meant to do, but this is the best part. Luann, because she's the smartest girl on earth, she came up with what we call the ultimate use of these Ideal Seam Guides. Is to do straight seams on half square triangles. So watch this. Traditionally, you go point to point and draw a line and then stack them. And then when you're ready, then you sew. In this case, it grabs the fabric. So you don't have to draw a line. This is the line. So you go to your sewing machine, put it, move your needle over to a 1/4 inch, which will probably give you a scant 1/4 inch anyway. And then on this case, in this little 1935 Singer featherweight, which is lovely purple, it is perfect because on this side of the featherweight foot, standard foot, is a scant 1/4 inch, which is absolutely perfect for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do this and run this right along there, right against that foot. Now this technique right now is real simple. So I'll cut this, cut my leads, which you're supposed to do, right, Bradie?
That's right.
Okay, now this is what's called a transfer. I'm on the cut line right now. So what I'm going to do is go here. Isn't this lovely, Bradie? You saw this coming, didn't you? Yes, Bradie, this is fun stuff. This even makes half square triangles fun. Now notice there's room for even more squares. This is a 5-inch square on the 15-inch seam guide. And now I'm going to do this. Now what's the last thing to do since I have a cut line, right? Cut my leads. Yes.
Careful there.
I get my finger out of the way. But look at this. Look at the stitch. If you can get there and see that right there, look at those stitches. Those are premium stitches.
Beautiful.
Because they can go like that. Isn't that lovely?
It is awesome.
Now we've got 2 of them just like that. Imagine on 2.5-inch squares being able to line up 4 there and doing that, yielding 8 in less than a minute.
Mass production.
Mass production. In fact, a diva up in Detroit, Michigan goes, she says she brought her postage stamp quilt, her little 1.5-inch squares, and lined up 6 on there.
Wow.
And tried to put a 7th one on there, but she was able to actually get 12 half square triangles made with this and the transfer in less than 45 seconds.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, I really like
and
that.
transfer that.
Yep, I like that.
That's awesome. Now the other thing that a lot of people, you'll notice in the 10-inch seam guide, it's got the notch, it's got a 10 inches, it's got a bevel, it's also got a curve. Now this is kind of fun because it's a little amazing, and a lot of people don't like to do curves, do they?
Nope, nobody does.
Well, this I didn't want to, and Luann has forced me into this life, and so I might as well do it right. So I'm going to go after my scant 1/4 inch.
Yep.
So the scant 1/4 inch is very important. Get that, and I'm using John Flynn's templates, which I've also put some of our So Tacky technology on to make this drunkard's path. So there's my drunkard's path. I'm going to take this and I'm going to point this indicator right here, right at my scant 1/4 inch, and put it at about a lazy 45-degree angle and press it onto the body of my machine. Remove this, and now I'm about ready to do something unique. Watch this. Not unique. I'm not going to use pins. Bradie, I'm brave. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get a couple fun little starter stitches, and now I'm going to get my foot on the pedal and start stitching this slowly, not stretching the fabric, but running this. And if I remember right, we got Matt to do this up at Quilt Canada.
Yeah.
And he was just having fun. He's actually, after a second time, he actually gleefully shrieked And I don't know if that happens very often, but Matt, it's okay. I know you're the man quilter. So I'm going to just keep it going, and now this is when I'm supposed to be using a stiletto, but it's a sharp object, and I'm kind of allergic to sharp objects today.
Understandable.
Now, this is worthy of showing, so we won't have to edit this out. But I'm going to clip my leads again, and without pinning, I'll show you this.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Yes, it is. These are real tools. Luann actually uses them because they do stick to fabric. She uses them on her sandwiches to actually do straight line quilting.
Sure.
We do have the long arm tools called the Ideal Quilt Guides that were called by American Quilting Society as the best quilting notion on the market. Here's the 15-inch one that's actually 2.5 inches wide, and it's wonderful for cutting fabric because it sticks on the fabric and it won't let it go. So you can cut them in 2.5-inch strips, which is fun.
Yeah.
And all you do is wash this with warm water and soap, and they work great. All made here in America. We're happy to bring them to Canada too.
And we like that a lot.
We love that a lot, don't we?
Thank you, Steve.
You bet. Take care.